best of the
Commander.
best.
We got no regrets. What's the plan? GSL. Kaboom, baby! Go on.
From Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Codes. Taste and Artosis here, bring you more awesomeness here at the GOM studio.
More awesomeness indeed, Taste.
My best intro yet. We got some really great games we're going to see here today. Really great players. Two Terrans are going to Protoss. But
I was just thinking, Taste, you're like a fine wine, fine boxed wine. With age, you get a little bit better, and then you go way downhill.
Oh, because I'm a boxed wine?
Yes,
right?
that's right.
At least I don't age like...
At least you're very cheap.
I'm not like you, man. You just age like milk, dude. So anyways, this has been, by far, hands down, the best GSL Codes we could have ever asked for. The best games so far, and easily the best players.
Yeah, out of control. It's been so much fun, Tasteless. And today's group is another one of these groups. I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
You know, it's getting to that point, especially for this phase of the tournament, where it's a little bit tougher to actually predict who's going to get out. For instance, today I would pick MVP and Curious, but I mean, neither of those guys would get out, and it wouldn't be too much of a shocker. MVP a little bit, but you know, it's tough.
It is tough.
What are your predictions?
Look, it's a hard one for me because
speaking of predictions, go on our website and vote so you can participate with the show. Anyways, go ahead.
It's a hard one for me because I heard that MVP is not feeling well because of
really?
He has that injury. He's got the wrist injuries. Sometimes he can't. Overall, he can't practice as much as other players, but he's just so good. It doesn't matter a lot of the time. But I heard that today he's really not feeling well with his wrists. So there's definitely the possibility he can be taken out because of that. So I'm not completely sure if he can make it out. I'm feeling curious
today. I'm not
today.
even trying to be funny, but like if you wanted to do some serious meta stuff, you would want to drag him out in a long game then.
That's true.
I mean, I know that's...
Yeah, if you know that he's not feeling well, you should try to go for a longer macro game.
Because
he's going to want to do more decisive strategies that don't take as long to execute.
It's like, when they... what is it? I forget the term for it. In baseball, when they make the guy... pitch, like...
The thing is, pitchers have like maximum amounts.
Yeah.
So like when you hit a peak and then you go down, and they want to like push you past there and make it so your pitches are slower.
Foul balls or something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. You can foul off.
Kind of like something you could do there with MVP.
Yeah, that's true. It's an interesting thing to bring up, and it's something as the pro gamers age and continue to have injuries like this, it's going to be something that I think we will see more of and talk more about in the future.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that are confused, how did he hurt his wrist? This is actually incredibly common, particularly with StarCraft pro gaming. I think it did happen to someone in Warcraft.
As far
3.
as Koreans go, basically if you're a pro gamer for multiple years, like a high-end pro gamer in StarCraft, you do get injured. Like Flash has had surgeries.
I've actually been injured.
Boxer has
before.
injuries.
I got tendonitis. My brother actually got carpal tunnel.
That's right. Day9 had carpal tunnel. I remember that. Yeah.
I got
caught it like it's cold. But no, I mean, these are serious injuries.
Because, I think a lot of these ergonomics is very important. For instance, if you're watching this right now at your computer, you should probably have your monitor raised up to eye level. That can be one of these things that cause those problems. Good chairs, stuff like that. Anyways, last week, we had some really epic games.
We did indeed. A couple of Zergs did advance from Group D. It was Life and Symbol. Seed narrowly missing out in some of the most epic games against Symbol you will ever see. Go watch those. Turn the stream off and go watch those because it was madness.
It honestly was easily some of the best StarCraft 2 games we've ever seen. That was one of the best StarCraft best of threes, a series of all time.
No, those two,
hands down.
They are some new age rivals, Tasteless. They're so good.
So Seed, our champion of the previous season, is gone. He's out.
That's right. That makes MVP our only remaining champion in all of Codes.
And on today's matchup, we have MVP, JYP, Curious, and Marine King.
And let's go over these guys. MVP, the winningest Terran of all time. The Game Genie Terran. It seems like he cheats. He's so good. And then, of course, we have the cursed one from Evil Geniuses. It is JYP. To be honest, he played the best games of his professional career in his last group. He's looking really good. Yeah, Curious. He is a very standard Zerg player who finally is showing why he's always used in the Team League with incredible play. And, of course, the man who needs no introduction, Marine King Prime, the fan favorite world round. He's Marine King, guys. You don't know who he is, then I guess you're new, and welcome to the GSL. It's going to be a great day.
That's funny that you wouldn't know who Marine King is, but you'll know by the end of today. So our first matchup is going to be MVP against JYP, as you can see here. Now, remember, guys, MVP is having some wrist problems. Let me tell you something, guys. As Artos can attest too, but the professional gamers, a wrist injury is actually very scary.
It's the scariest thing that there is.
Actually,
it scares me, and I'm not a professional gamer at this point, Taste. All I do is commentate, but actually all I do in my free time is play StarCraft. So that's why it scares me, man. Imagine if I couldn't because it hurt. How terrible is that?
You know, is it tendonitis? It's actually, that's the most common form of this.
I forget exactly what his is, but I mean,
some of these players
one of these.
Gotten some tendonitis and not really looked into it, and then it develops into. I think the problem was actually much more prevalent a few years ago before people kind of figured out, oh, you really got to take care of yourself. So we're going on to the first set, first game, MVP up against JYP. The winner of this goes on to the upper half of our group here at the GSL Code S.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Abyssal City.
All right. In the left starting location, one of two, we've got our Terran player, multiple GSL champion, the Game Genie Terran. He is
AGIM MVP.
And there you go, 5-5 in his last 10.
I just got updated on Twitter. In fact, it's a neck injury.
Well, it's all
that
connected,
can all be connected.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from playing StarCraft. Whether it's in your forearm, your wrist, your hand, or your neck, or your shoulder, all those areas are basically doing the same thing to you. That's actually why
basically like the most important thing to take care of in your body, I mean, obviously your heart and brain important, but your spinal cord, damage to the spinal cord, it can affect everything else.
Yeah, it certainly can.
So it looks like there's some issue right now. We don't know what that is going on with JYP's. A sound problem. Okay. Sometimes this means the headset got unplugged. Sometimes it means they accidentally hit Control S and muted the sound. That's actually incredibly common.
Yeah, and you know what? Some headsets occasionally do need drivers and stuff to function properly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things it could be.
And obviously you do need game sound when you play.
Yeah, you know what? There are some people that don't use it. Hydra never did in StarCraft 1.
I don't
know if he still doesn't, and I know in Control never did.
I can't believe somebody wouldn't use game sound.
Now, you know what? Here's the thing. In StarCraft 1, as a Terran player, I used to sometimes practice without game sound on. I would make sure that each week I would practice a certain amount because you become reliant upon game sound to know when you're under attack. So when people hit multiple locations, you would sometimes miss them. So we would practice occasionally without sound so that our eyes would always be darting to the mini-map to look. Because, like, let's say that, not just that, but DTs, when they attack you, if they one-swipe a worker...
Yeah, if they one-hit a worker...
Yeah, then you have no idea.
Get the alert.
Yeah, so those are some important times to actually practice without sound.
But I meant just in a tournament, like if I'm going to be in a tournament.
Certainly, I
need the sound
every time
on.
It matters, I would have my sound on for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Not everyone.
So anyways, it looks like we're going to get the issue resolved very soon, and then we'll be going on with these games. In fact, the game is now being remade.
Yeah, we're just restarting it. This shouldn't take too long. They may have to reboot JYP's computer. I'm not completely sure.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. Let you guys know.
So Tasteless, you've been playing the beta a lot. How's it going?
It's good. I like it a lot. I feel like, especially PvT, since the Warhound's not there anymore, I feel like the matchup isn't actually that different.
No, it doesn't
I kind
really
of am
feel that way.
disappointed with that.
Yeah.
To be totally honest.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what's really changed for that matchup? I guess I mean, Reapers are a bit better, and there's Widow Mines, which are kind of interesting. But
yeah.
I haven't hit those too much yet.
Yeah, people aren't using them as much against me, at least. So I don't know. I think over the next few days, I'm just going to play Terran and Zerg and just get more acquainted with the other units.
Yeah.
Because I've actually just been playing Protoss.
Now, Zerg's pretty neat to play right now in the beta, actually. But
I like what they did with Zerg, actually.
Yeah,
I like Zerg a lot.
I like the idea.
I feel like it's different enough. I haven't played enough for that to be 100% correct. But what about you? Wait, what are your thoughts on the beta? We're getting this game loaded up, but what are your thoughts?
No, I mean I've liked the beta quite a bit. I'm actually sad the Warhound's gone. That was fun for me to play against. Changed the whole matchup so much. But
I understand people didn't like it, but sometimes like that.
The unit was stupid, to be fair, but I liked it being in there.
I wanted something that was different, so we'll see. All right, anyways, MVP over here at the left, in the orange.
We're going to re-intro them?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
In the center left, we have our Terran player, MVP. All right, okay, we're actually going to do it. He is
LGIM MVP.
And in the center right starting location from the team Evil Geniuses. He's been playing really well this season. Let's see how far he can get this time around. He is
EGJYP Ladycore.
I think JYP is... Oh, look at that, 8-2 recently. That's really well done.
Really good.
But I feel like the JYP is someone that a lot of people might be overlooking in this group. While I feel pretty confident about my guess of Curious getting out, JYP is the wild card here for me because, first off, he is a guy that helped to revolutionize PvZ quite a bit. He was one of the first guys to really start utilizing warp prisms for harassment, for keeping the Zerg off your back, stuff like that. Very strong in that matchup. Was always bad at PvT, but damn if he didn't look good in the last round PvT, man. Like,
yeah, he
seriously
really
good. Was it against Ryung?
I
want to say it was.
I think so.
Okay,
I think I'd say it.
But
we could both be wrong together.
God, it was. Thank you, Tastus, for the backup.
No problem.
That was just insanely good play. So I don't count him out from beating anyone in this group. Absolutely, he could do it. All right, so. He does scout that there's a quick gas by MVP. Not at all surprised by this because, as we said before, word on the street has it that MVP's not feeling well as far as his risks go, which means he's going to want to end games earlier. And if you know this, again, going for a longer game, playing more defensively is probably a good idea.
Yeah. I bet you he's going to wear him out. He's going to have pain in his wrists.
Sure. Or his neck going down to his wrists. All those things connected so much. All right. So JYP does grab a second gas, a good choice after seeing that his opponent did take a gas. Now, will he go for an expansion with 2 gas so that he can tech up quicker? Or will he go for something else here? A Robo or a Stargate?
We will find out pretty soon here. As you guys can see, since this map is so new, we don't really have a lot of data that we kind of glean extra information off of as far as, how these players are going to do on this map. It's our newest map, basically.
Yeah. Overall, I think everyone's starting to think it's a Zerg map. It's
fairly big, and I think the way that the expansions have pan out, it's not really that easy to get to stop Zerg from being on 4 bases at all.
Yeah. I know that as far as Protoss players go, they hate that matchup here. But for PvT, we haven't seen too many of them here so far. So we'll have to see how that goes.
All right. We do have one SCV that managed to scout and then get out, and he's going to put the factory out here. What do you think about this, Sartosis?
Well, you know what? I think what is happening here is he got scouted.
He's going to make a Stargate or something, and then
no,
up here with this SCV?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, no.
He actually stopped mining gas. So I think what's happening is since he got scouted, he's saying, well, you know what? I'll still show you a Hellion so that you play defensively, but I'm not actually going to do anything with them. This is definitely a mind game, I would say.
And I guess, if there is anything outside the Terran space to kill, any scouts, the Hellion is going to get over there no matter what and get that information.
Mm-hmm. Now, notice that 2 gates immediately went up for JYP. When you see gas nowadays, it almost feels like you you have to do this. If they do a really quick Hellion drop and you went Robo before those 2 gates and they get in there before that warping round, it's hard to stop them from killing probes.
Oh, you know what? I see exactly what's going on here. Yeah, he's just made 2 more command centers, so he's going to power up on economy. Meanwhile, JYP is going to be prepared for an attack that is just not coming.
Exactly.
And you know, he even makes the bunker on the low ground close enough that you could scout and see that there is no command centers. He would definitely think that this is a 1-1-1.
That's true. That's true. So, yeah, I like this by MVP. He's really been very tricky so far this game, and it should give him just a slight lead, and so far it is. You know, he's going for those triple command centers. The Hellion's not likely to do anything. They could, but that's not the point. They're there to scare him, and JYP's going to have to warp in more Stalkers than he really wants, which is going to affect his entire build.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got the Hellions coming in over here. Now, these are probably going to get some probes, but they also do want to scout if they can, and I don't think they're going to get up the ramp at all.
Targeting down that sentry, and he gets a sentry. Very well done
really
there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like he's not going to go for the probes. You can see he almost went in there. And now he's going to back up.
So now JYP, he's holding his cool. He's actually warped in Zealots in his main base, and he is being careful of getting an Observer before any Immortals so that he can actually get over there and scout a bit.
I think right now JYP is probably fairly confused that there was no attack beyond Hellions coming up there.
Yeah, you know, he's got to keep an eye on all this. In fact, his his Stalkers are out in the middle of the map, so he might have read into this a little bit better than we think.
Yeah, he could be.
Because if he thought there was a medevac drop coming, which of course the timing for that has come and gone, then those Stalkers would have to be in the main base. So he's being a little bit more daring, a little bit more brave right now.
As you guys can see here, JYP was not actually a good PvTer historically.
No,
but this season he's actually looking very strong. Initially his strong matchup was Protoss versus Zerg.
Yeah, this season though he's looking really great. And this was after losing 15 straight games. Yeah. I was like 11 and 8. That doesn't seem right. He lost more than that. But yeah, he was pretty pitifully bad at that matchup for a bit. But he's worked so hard on it at this point. So I'm excited to see what he has here for us today. I mean, he's going into Colossus. He's getting a single forge. Everything's looking pretty normal, pretty good.
And now we can see Stalkers are moving out here. Just controlling that watchtower. Colossi on the way. The gateway explosion's occurring. He may go ahead and get the third base here, although he seems to be powering pretty heavy on 2 for now.
You know what?
We don't have any forges, do we?
Yeah, it had 1 forge. It's 1.
Okay.
So, ooh, nice little trap there with the force fields. Worth it for now, I would say. You know, I like what JYP is doing here. This is getting more and more popular where you go 1 forge and the gate's a little bit quicker. This is going to allow him to be out on the map and have a bit more control of the game. But also, this is not like very all-in. It's still a safe build. It's still something you can take that third base off of.
As you guys can see, there is a slight supply lead here for MVP. It looks like he is going to spot that. And wants to attack the front and then warp into the main. And I guess you can use the Observer or the Colossi, I guess, to spot up there.
And in fact, MVP has seen exactly what's going on.
Oh!
Not quite as good force
I
as
thought
he
I've got
wanted.
that volley off from the Colossi.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can get this command center, actually. In fact, if he does this right, I think he can get that to burn down. Oh, actually, no, there's not enough Stalkers back there. Excuse me.
Looks like not quite enough here.
And that probe goes down.
Very nice. I like that he's brought his factory over to land here. The Stalker's going to try to stop him, though. I guess he'll just have to float it away. But even landing the factory there, that can be very, very annoying.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, especially with his army across the map, he has to walk it all the way home, kill the factory, and then make the expansion. Now we got Thermal Lance about to end, as well as the Twilight coming up.
Yeah, plus we have an attack upgrade and the Twilight Council on the way.
Yep. Third base is going up. So yeah, it is this build that we've seen a little bit more where you do a little poke with your army and then take your third base, as opposed to the double forge, take your third base very defensively. It's going to be, you have more control. They have to stay at home. They can't really be dropping you during this time so easily. It's kind of a new, cool little trend in the Protoss vs. Terran metagame.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shift from the double forge openings we saw for a while.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff that went on. All right, this SCV is actually going to potentially get up the ramp. Yeah, he will. Now let's see if he can. Yeah, wow, he's going to get a lot of great intel here. Did you see the What was at the bottom, Artosis?
Let me see
You
there.
can spot the.
He did. But he
Okay.
didn't see how many zealots are hidden down there.
So he might still try to drop, but
Yeah, it's still a possibility. Well, he is starting to move out. MVP has a good amount of units right now. 2 medevacs, 6 Vikings, so he's really focusing on that Viking production right now.
remember there are a lot of zealots in the main that are not going to be with that army for JYP in the middle of the map.
Now, he has 3 Colossus. Yeah, he already has 3 with the 4th on the way, so.
Nice move here, making some zealots. Take out any workers. They're down here at the third base.
So he doesn't end up killing off any, really, just dealing some damage. But, the thought was there. Okay, so he does have Psystorm on the way. He's going to have to Chrono Boost that non-stop, though, because this is going to be a little area where he's a bit weak. This little timing where MVP's moved across the map, he's about to have 10 Vikings against someone whose all his splash damage is 4 Colossi.
And if you notice, Storm is not close to being done.
Yeah.
And he's actually sending some SCVs here, too. So this is a pretty complicated timing where he said if I sack exactly this many SCVs and then hit with this army, I should be able to win this. Let's see if that's going to be the case.
All he needs to do is take down these Colossi tasteless. This is a good timing. Normally done with 2 starports, but it looks like it may work like this. And look at this. He's almost got one. He got one.
Yep. There's still, 2 more, 3 more, actually. He gets that one now, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. This game
JYP.
is just about to end.
Yeah, and once you get all
Look at
these...
the zealots are not in a good position. There lands the mules.
Ouch. That is pretty painful. And in fact,
Yep, that's it. Well, that was pretty complex.
Yeah, you have to be really careful.
You really got
Terrans have kind of figured out something that they kind of figured out before but went away, was that if you make more than 3 Colossi and they just really commit to Vikings, they can come in, kill your splash damage, and kill you because their death ball is too big. So, that's what we just saw right there. Normally we see that 2 starports, but MVP, he saw what was going on early enough, started his Viking production early enough, didn't need it this time. But that's like, he just kind of straight up countered what JYP had going on. His storm was not nearly quick enough.
You really got to respect how much knowledge you have to have that timed out so perfectly, where you send that many SCVs. Say, well, I have enough Vikings. I see how many zealots he has. I can just send my Vikings in.
Yeah.
I will lose a lot of Vikings, but I will kill the Colossi, and then I just win from there.
And
also, the zealots, by the way, were in a terrible position.
They were. He backed way up, trying to buy some time, but Psystorm was just too slow. Now, imagine if he had not made the 4th Colossi. The timings work out a lot better to get that Psystorm, but of course, you're still going to have scary moments in there. What MVP did there hinges on hitting before the Psystorm. The Psystorm is what really dismantles builds like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think had Psystorm been there, the game would have looked different.
Yeah.
You could see there was this moment JYP was backing up, hoping that he could buy some time, but Psystorm, I think, was exactly halfway done. So, going on to game number 2, Artosis, does JYP have a shot?
Yeah, I would say he certainly does. I liked his opening with that build, but again, you have to be careful how many Colossi you make. That's why we've seen a lot recently of people making 1 Colossi just for the early splash into the Twilight Council. This time, he overmade them a little bit.
Yeah.
So he has to be careful about that.
All right, guys, get ready for game number 2.
Yep.
MVP. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say one other side note on that. You can make more Colossi than 3, of course. You have to be careful about how you do it, because if they hit you with the timing like that, it's brutal,
You're a dead nerd. You're a DN.
If they don't move out with that, if they stay mostly medevacs and not Vikings, your army crushes space, and you can get a 4th pretty quick, and it's beautiful. But
I really feel like a lot of these Protoss need to cut back on Colossus. If you really want your endgame to be based off of can you Colossus avoid the Vikings and hit the army, then go for it. But I think you can put yourself in a better position if you're a better player by getting 1 or 2 out and then transitioning.
Yeah.
That's just the way I feel, Artosis. All right, guys. We're going on to game number 2. Is MVP going to close us out? Or is JYP going to start a comeback? We're going to find out soon here at GOMTV.net.